I said quarterback shit when I'm under the center. Game plan sick, target under the weather. You know what we doing? I need that all expense paid inclusive. I'm the plug, so I'm plugged into it. Brown money like we Jewish white Christmas. I'm Scrooge, bitch. My mood is on cruise ship. If you ain't tuned in, you ain't vibing with my moon man. I move shit like Kerry. I'm the cold truth, Fletcher Reed, Jim Carrey. Everything movie.
Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. 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 Welcome to the Real Fantasy Playmakers. I am your host, Lance Bogard Strong. I got one testicle. I'm going to come up with a new one every time. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, I'm Lance Bogard Strong. Welcome to the Real Fantasy Playmakers. I am here joined by the most notorious and most hated man in the fantasy football industry, the fantasy football hustler.
It's all about the game. It's all about you trying and you can take it.
Yeah, we're bringing the heat tonight. We're bringing the heat tonight.
Yeah, and what if it was a party? You know, we can't have a party without the party himself. Gaga! The fantasy Peacock. Hey.
What is up?
What's happening? That's my new nickname for you, the party.
Hey, I'm down with it, man. You know what they say. That is actually what they call a group of peacocks.
Exactly. See what I did there? Do they spell it different, or is it still P-A-R-T-Y?
I'm pretty sure it's P-A-R-T-Y.
Okay. Well,
no other way to spell it.
I mean, what that is, you know, flock of geese, party of peacocks. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is factual. This is factual. Y'all can check it. Everyone in the chat, shout out to y'all, but y'all can search this. You know what I'm saying?
birds of a feather, we party together.
Yes. And we will be joined by our man, the fantasy fornicator. You know what I mean? He's hard at work. He's wrapping up his other joint right now. You know what I'm saying? He's finna hop in here, and we're gonna fuck with a little bit of fantasy what if. You know what I mean? This is gonna be interesting.
It will be.
A whole bunch of what ifs after week one. We got to over exaggerate and under exaggerate to the max.
Yeah, it's like a twist on overreactions off of week one, right? Because everybody overreacts. So let's go ahead and do some what if scenarios. You know what I mean? We're looking at a little bit of the multiverse right here of different things that could happen if you go down this path or that path or. Hey, you know who would fuck the multiverse up? Remember Nick Cage in Next?
Yeah,
like
how many times?
Yeah, every day though. Like he's just changing he's just changing the course of the time space-time continuum every time he thinks of something.
He is Doctor Strange in a sense in that movie.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, you know what? Check this out. We want to tell y'all about our sponsors, right? While we curve a little bit more until the homie Forney gets here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to our sponsor, monkeyknifefight.com. I mean, bruh, I was like a fiend. I didn't know how much I was missing this daily fantasy sports prop action to have MKF back, and especially when now this time we didn't up that thing all the way up to $100. You drop $100 on your first deposit, we'll match that thing all the way up to that $100. So you get $200. That's $2 right there, bro. Where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of
math checks out. The math checks out.
Listen, you know what I'm saying? Hey, check this out. For everybody watching on the Hustlers channel and on the GMM network, y'all know the promo codes, promo code Hustler or promo code GMM. It don't matter who you supporting because you're supporting us and you're down for the cause. Monkey Knife Fight, give me money.
Give me money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Way easier than putting a whole lineup together, too. That's one thing that I'm going to say. You just got to, put your money on a couple players, not an entire team.
You guys want to take a gander? You want to take a gander at this Thursday's action? See what they're talking about?
That'd be sweet. I know last Thursday it was like the line was at Zeke's rushing yards at 50 something like that, and pretty sure he hit the under. I think he rushed for like 30 some against that Tampa Bay defense. So this Thursday night we have yet another divisional matchup. Am I correct?
Yep.
Is this the
Giants?
That's right.
I probably like the under on this game. I don't even know what the point total is, but this is probably going to be one of those ugly games on a short week. Two teams coming off a loss. One got to get right. You know what I'm saying? Just the Giants in general. The other one, they're in the same situation they were in last year where they're losing their starter somehow. And now here comes Taylor Heineke. You know what I'm saying? I think Washington's going to dominate this, but I'm wondering what the lesser more for the QBs are here.
So here you go. Heineke, you got to choose the over-under on 47.5. And Danny Pesos, the over-under for him is 235.5. So you got to choose one on Heineke and then one on Daniel Jones. Two choices.
I definitely take less on Danny Pesos over there. I don't think he's going to throw for over 250. You know what I mean?
It's like there should be a prop on this on like who turns the ball over first or something.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what the props are in here. And then that's for so you pick 2 out of 2. You pick 2 out of 2 correctly. 3.6 times your money is coming back to you.
Nice. Yeah, I remember last year I was addicted to the 5-leg parlays, and I would get 4 out of 5 like every week, and I'd be pissed. Right?
It's usually the way that goes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, but yeah, and then on Heineke, man, I think he can go yard here. You know what I mean? Like, I think he has like 230 in him, 240. You know what I mean? What's the number they're giving him? 200 what?
It was 235.5.
235 and a half. See, that's the range I have him in. I think he's good for like, what's funny is I said, I think he's good for 230 or 240. You know what I mean? So
and they put it at 235 and a half.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, which one is it? I think he goes smooth for a 240 because it is, first of all, actually, let me rephrase that. I think the way you gash this team up, it's kind of similar to last year. It is running around the edge on the Giants front. That's how you get, or the pass catching running back. You know what I mean? They're literally ninth. They were ninth worst against the pass catching running. You know what I mean? So right. I think, you know what I mean? McKissick and Gibson could have a nice game here through the air. That would be connected to Heineke. So I will say he goes over that 235.
And you were talking about the 5-man parlays here. You want to 20 times your money, throw down the 100, get the free 100, and then use their free 100 to throw down on this parlay and turn that 100 into 2,000 real quick. That's some real gimme money right there. And you got to choose Taylor Heineke over under 17.5. I'm going under for him. And then Danny Pesos more or less on 16.5. I'm going under. Terry McLaurin, 15.5. I'm going under. Antonio Gibson, 15.5. I'm going over. And then Sterling Shepard, 12.5. I'm going over.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
Decent. I pretty much agree there. I think it could be I don't see these teams blowing up either team's defense.
No. Heineke, I think, is going to be conservative. I think it's going to be a lot of defense, a lot of rushing. I think Gibson and McKissick both go over whatever their projected numbers are. But Terry McLaurin, if Logan Ryan's on him, probably not so much. And Danny Pesos, I don't think he's going to beat projections too many times this season.
Yeah, Barkley's still not ready, so it's going to be, I think, tough sledding for them.
You know what, too? And what's funny is, like, what is their game plan going to be? When you know you can't run against somebody and your running back is wounded, right? Your game plan should be to come out there throwing it. But they also have a top-rated secondary. You know what I mean? And so it's like Danny Dimes I just don't know what's gonna. I don't know what's gonna become of him on a short week. Like they're gonna destroy this kid.
You saw
He
what they
is.
did. You saw what they did to Herbert last week. I mean, Herbert.
Mhm.
I don't even think he finished in the top 15 QBs, and that's Herbert. You know, Danny Dimes, aka Pesos, is even going to finish inside the top 24. I doubt it.
QB3 at best. He might have one run or something. You know what I mean? Pad his stats. Because he's gonna need something like 30 or 40 yards on the ground to pad the fact that he's gonna have like 2 turnovers for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely see him getting strip sacked or something at some point in the pocket.
Yeah. Okay. Well, check this out. Let's get right into the first into some what if scenarios. Fornicator just texted me. He's about to pop up in any minute here, so we'll get started on one.
He's in the building right now.
Oh yes. There he is. Okay. Look at that. Okay. How about this then? We're gonna introduce my man, host of the Bears, Brews, and the Bros podcast, and now our co-host on the Real Fantasy Playmakers is Smoking Jay, the Fantasy Fornicator. Hey. Wow.
Yo, what's good, everybody? How we doing?
What's
How we doing?
happening?
My bad, I'm a little late, man. I was finishing up a show with the bros, but hey, Miles, great to see you. Hustler, great to see you. Bo Jeezy, you already know, and everybody out there, the Playmakers. What's good, everybody?
Hey,
How
what's
we doing?
Good.
You know what I'm saying? Welcome. All right out the gate. We're gonna do before we get into the fantasy what ifs. Fornicator, you're gonna hit us with that brand new segment.
Brand new segment for everybody out there. We calling it Get It for the Low.
Get it for the low.
Yeah, we're gonna get these players for the low because of the recency bias. These players that they had dud ass weeks, and all these fantasy managers, are hitting the panic button. And my guy that I got first is Javonte Williams. I feel like a lot of people spent that draft capital and not really thinking about the future. This is a second half type of player, but at the same time, he's got a cake ass matchup this week, against the Jaguars. We saw, and Miles, no offense, man. I know you're a Texan guy, but come on, dog. I know you didn't even expect Ingram to do all that in them boys' head. hey, that squad, the Texans had like 140 rushing yards, I think it was, something like that against this squad. So I could only imagine what Gordon, he's going to do a little bit too, or he's going to do a lot of it, but Javonte's going to eat too. This game script should be favorable. So I'm all about buying Javonte, getting him for the low right now, man. Who you got? What you guys think?
Get it for the low now because he's finna ball, and next week you cannot get him for the low.
Facts.
Who you got, Peacock? Who you got?
You about to chime in. I was gonna go one of two ways, but I think the way that you should really go, because it was probably a surprise for everybody when he was on the field, he played, but he got 0 targets, plays for your team. Bogey, that is Brandon Ayuk. He was out there. Yeah. He's supposedly in the doghouse right now, but you know that this guy, he finished the end of last season. He had wide receiver 1 type talent. He was killing it out there on the field. He had over 600 receiving yards, like 5 touchdowns, I think, within the last 8 games. In the last 8 games, to finish off last year, he's projected to come in as the number 1 guy here. He fell out of favor, supposedly. I was texting with Bogard. He's heard some inside information, but the hamstring injury coupled with, kind of getting on Shanahan's bad side a little bit, he's just fell out of favor for this first game. Let's see, once he gets healthy, it's going to take maybe a week or 2 from now. But I think, sit on this maybe another week. If he gets like 0 targets again, then you don't have to get him at all.
Even lower.
Exactly.
We're gonna come up with a whole new segment. Get him for the lower.
Get him for the lower. But I think that this guy, like you said, has some of that second half breakout potential. At one point during the season, I'm sorry to say it, that Debo's going to be, held out or hung up and not be in the game, and it's going to be Ayuk time, and he's just going to take over like he did last year when stuff like that happened. So I think that he's one of those, not a generational talent, but he's one of those guys that has tremendous athletic ability with the ball in his hands. And he's better than those guys that are playing behind him or whatever that quote was. But, just put him out there in the field and stop playing games, Shanahan. and get him for the low.
I'll say
low.
one thing real quick. One thing, if I could chime in real quick. We know Jimmy G. He's not one of those QBs that's gonna throw them bomb passes, nothing like that. He's gonna be more safer, more conservative. And all of us here, we could say it's fair to say Trey Lance is gonna be playing sooner than later. And once that happens, that's when Ayuk is really gonna take off. That's when he's gonna hit those boom plays, and he's gonna really be on that Ayuk and shit, fucking shit up. So yeah, man, get Ayuk for the low. I love that call, Miles. Straight up
for the low.
Buy him while he's Brandon Ayuk, because Brandon Ayuk is coming.
Hey, good shit. Yeah, hell yeah.
I like it. Yeah, who do you got for the low?
I'm going Marquez Callaway. We're buying him all the way at the low right now after 1 for 14 and Jameis Winston only throwing like 180 yards or 50,
People
whatever.
Probably dropped him for Jawana Man Johnson. You know
yeah.
You might even be able to find Marcus Callaway because I seen him out there. I got a claim on him in one of my home leagues because a motherfucker doesn't know what he did. He just dropped him. He doesn't know about Jair Alexander and shit like that.
Better get ready. We were talking about it all week. He's going up against Jair Alexander. Jair Alexander likes to take on whoever the hot name is, and he did it, and he shut him down. And this week, going up against the Carolina Panthers, like after this week, you ain't getting them for the low.
Yeah. Get him now for the low.
Yo, I'm with that. I was asking Bo Jeezy, like, man, I got a sit-start question real quick. I was like, Jacoby, Myers, or Callaway? And he's like, man, you got to roll with Callaway. I was like, man, you know what? I know Myers got targeted nicely and shit like that, but Callaway's more of that upside boom play. And, we saw he had that rapport with Winston, so I rock with that shit too.
Yeah.
That game might be.
I like boom bust kind of players like that you can throw into your flex. The third spot, third wide receiver. So that being said, welcome to Will Fuller week. This is the only week you'll play him before he gets hurt. So put him in your lineups and flex him out. And pray for the bet. Pray for that one play that he takes to the house for like 75 or whatever.
Hey man, if they're gonna start using them how they're using everybody, they're trying to get things short and people in open space. And you know what I'm saying, you get Will Fuller out there. Any type of open space, bro. With the ball, he's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, activate him from your suspended list or pull him up from your bench and just throw him in there for this week because, like I said, you don't know how long he's going to be healthy or how long it's going to be before he gets popped.
You know what I would do right now if I had Will Fuller? I would sell him for the low.
You can sell him. I think after this next week, you could probably sell him, pretty high if he pops off. Let's say he gets 4 targets and takes 1 to the house, then definitely try to sell him.
This one right here, I definitely got this from Fornicator from a conversation we were just having earlier because we have power meetings round the clock, fantasy conciliaire shit, bro. And I was like, you know what, bro, we should like he said something. He was talking about buy it for the low and get it for the low and this and that and the third. And he had a list, man, and he said Trey Sermon. I said, you're goddamn right. We should be trying to buy him for the low right now.
That was the other guy I was going to mention, but I decided to go with Ayuk. But yeah.
So I will say Sermon, man, because he was in the doghouse too. He's learning the playbook slow, but he's gonna learn it. You know what I mean? This is the team that's gonna be like, top 3 in overall rush attempts. They're gonna be in the conversation with like the Ravens, the Packers, because the Packers will get back to their running ways. You know what I'm saying? Especially this week.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you'll have the Niners in the mix as one of the most runningest teams. We're probably going to rush the ball over 500 times this year easily. You know what I mean? Especially with 17 games. So I think there's enough space for both Eli Mitchell or for all our sleeper viewers, Elijah Mitchell.
Right, Elijah Mitchell.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but
I was going to say, I think that segues pretty good into one of the bigger what ifs. It was on the thumbnail there, right in the middle with Kyle Shanahan being what he is and pulling a fast one and making Trey Sermon an inactive right before game time, having us all scratch our head, and he decides to start a special teams guy in this Elijah Mitchell, who hopefully he is something, and there's room for him in the offense, like you say, and maybe Sermon just pops right back into that number, that 1A, and something else happens there because Shanahan is a crazy guy. So I think the first what if that I thought of is, what if Kyle Shanahan is just fucking with us? What if he says, I don't care about your damn fantasy team. Brandon Ayuk's our wide receiver 1. No. We're going to make it Trent Sherfield here. We're going to give him a lot of targets and all the playing time. And you guys want Lance? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to put him in for one play. We're going to troll you a little bit, make him score a touchdown, and then we're going to sit him the rest of the game. So I think that what if that happens in some alternate universe where we see this the entire season and it's just one giant headache after another. You won't know what running back to start. Michael Hasty will get a start one game and he gets 20 carries. So what if Kyle Shanahan is fucking with us? What if, Bogard? What if? What is your reaction, Fornicator?
My react. Go ahead, Fornicator.
I mean, he already started, right? I mean, he's already on that shit with Ayuk and with Sermon. And hey, Bo Jeezy, did you mention all that shit you were telling me about how they were out the night before or something like that? Have you talked about that?
Yeah. So I thought it was like rumors because it was rumors and reported on like this 49er podcast I fuck with. But then I started hearing it everywhere. Like on BDGE, they brought it up, and then I heard it on CBS Sports. I'm like, oh shit, this actually, because it was something that was heard locally around here. Like motherfuckers were saying like they saw him even out type of shit. You know what I mean? And like, if you're going out at these times right now and you have curfew, bro, this is strict because now you're in jeopardy of not even playing the game or even getting the whole team in protocol. You're on the road. Like you're on the road, especially like you could fuck around and you might have to forfeit the game. Like this make a motherfucker hot, bro. You know what I mean? Like you know what I think too is Shanahan
was just pissed then.
Yeah, but also you couple that with the fact Brandon Ayuk had a hamstring, so he's going to be limited no matter what. So then, but now, matter of fact, you break curfew, you're not even in the game plan. Sherfield, you were in the game plan the whole time now. You know what I mean? How about this? This is a good one. Remember the Thursday nighter? The Packers come to Levi's. They're playing the Niners in 2020. So there's no fans, none of that shit. And Ayuk and all of them, they get exposed to they get a close quarter contact. Then they test negative, but they're in the protocol. And this happened on a Wednesday, so there was no way they were playing on a Thursday, no matter what. So they just didn't play. Then it's my man Freaky Ricky James Jr. You know what I'm saying? Freaky Ricky James Jr. comes out, puts up like 140 or some bullshit, bro, and a touchdown and like hella catches. And you know what he says? He goes, well, this is Shanahan in the post. He goes, well, 70% of our offense game plan tonight was Brandon Ayuk. So, when he wasn't in, it was like, okay, well, Ricky, you're in, or Richie, you're in. You know what I mean? Ricky, and is it Ricky? I always say because my nickname for him because he was our punt returner. But my nickname for him was he was Rick James, one of Rick James' several estranged sons. You know what I mean? Freaky Ricky James Jr.
What do you take from that Shanahan coach speak when they said, why isn't Ayuk playing more? And they said, well, he's got to be a lot better than the guys lower than him on the depth chart.
Yeah, because that's you know what that is, man. It's just better. Like, man, you're a second year guy. Stop acting like these new guys. Like you've been here already. What the fuck are you doing going out with the rookie? Like you trying to show him around like you big bruh. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, let me show you out, bro. Listen, don't even sure Shanahan's cool, bro. Shanahan's young, bro. He's cool. Then he gets, you got just because he's younger doesn't mean he's cool. Like, he's a real old school minded guy. You got to remember, he's from some football royalty. He's from his pops. He's been around Kubiak. He's, he kicks it with Belichick all the time in the offseason. Like, Shanahan don't play, bro. Speaking of kicking with Belichick, that's why he be lying. He told everybody Mostert was gonna be for 2 weeks. He's like, he'll be good in a couple weeks. Yeah. That motherfucker had a chip. Fucking, he's done. Surgery.
No, dude, I like how they worded it too. Is like chipped cartilage. I was like, motherfucker, that's an ACL tear if I've ever heard one. I mean, chipped cartilage. Come on.
That's a hell of a That's like, okay. So now, let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this.
Who's their PR person?
No. Here, no, hold on. I just realized this. What if Kyle Shanahan is a Dark Lord of the Sith? I'm telling you, this is possible.
Oh man!
I will say this, man. Make sure in those deeper leagues you guys are picking up Jeff Wilson Jr. Make sure you guys stash him. You know what I'm saying? Because you're right, bro. Like you're right. You're right, Miles. Like what if, bro? That's a very real question, bro. Because we've seen the patterns and some of the stuff he's been saying. I'm kind of worried about Ayuk a lot. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really am. I hope it's just that motivational talk and shit like that, like trying to get his mind right type of shit. But you know, if it's not that, I really hated that comment, like that he said he's got to be like that much better than the guy behind him. Like, damn, dog, like what's going on? Like, I feel like why is it happening now? Like after week 1, like we didn't hear none of this. None of this, bro. And now I had Ayuk in my starting lineups with donuts all across the board, bro, in all my fucking leagues almost. Fucking Shanahan.
It happened to me in 2 leagues for sure.
He's the Dark Lord of the Sith.
And you already know, like, I don't wish injury upon anybody, but the San Francisco running backs cannot stay healthy to save their life. None of them.
His power, he's so strong within. This is how strong he is in the dark side of the force. Is that his biggest nightmare? Is that his running backs will keep getting injured, so he stays with several running backs in his stable.
You gotta have like 5
irony, but the irony is he has several because they keep getting injured. You know what I mean? This is like it's a paradox.
They keep getting opportunities too, and I think that's what's going to happen. Hopefully, with Ayuk, like I said, somebody's not going to perform, or they're going to need help, and like Spencer, the guru says, he's too talented. I think
Nation.
I think the Shanahan comment was more about what Bogard was talking about, more of his character and him just kind of growing up a little bit, and not really his physical talent.
Oh my God.
You shitted on Dante Pettis real fucking fast. He went from being hella big on him.
Dante Pettis has never come back from that.
No.
Never.
Because he's a Dark Lord of the Sith. You don't mess with the Sith Lord.
Dante Pettis was Darth Maul then. Like, he took one to his team. He's gone.
I'm telling you, bro. Dark Lord. This is the dark side of the Force clouds the mind. That's why we don't know who to start every week.
It's horrible. Anybody have a what if coming up? I have like 5,000 of them, but let me
do one that I know Bogart is gonna love here.
Yeah.
What if Kyler Murray is the first NFL player to break 60 touchdowns in a season?
Yes.
He is on pace right now for 85 touchdowns. Okay, we got a 17-game season. That's 3.5 touchdowns. 3.5 touchdowns per game. He would have to average over the 17-game season
to get 60.
He
would only need 3.5.
Damn.
How many did he score in week 1?
And he's in a tough division. He's in a tough division. Shit. If they're not running away with it, they're playing this thing all the way down. You know what I mean?
And he had 4 through the air and 1 on the ground. So because he could do it through both ways, that's what if he averages 4 touchdowns a game for the season and breaks 60.
Man, I think that's doable in this offense that they love to pass the ball. They don't have like a premier back like that. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. Chase Edmonds, like I was going over it with the bros. I feel like he's like a more souped up Nyheim Hines, except he's in an offense that loves to pass the ball, which is even better. So you got a back that catches the ball great, and you have a quarterback that knows how to find the end zone. So I feel like that's what if, bro? That's very possible, and I hope that happens. I got Kyler Murray all over the place, bro. So I like that call.
Yeah, I have him in a few redraft leagues, and it feels good.
I got Kyler Murray
every
chance I could if I didn't get Mahomes or Allen, right? And there was, in most instances, I was taking Murray over what's his name, over Allen,
Josh
or
Allen,
even
right?
just someone else would get Allen.
Someone else would get
Allen, and I'd be like, cool. But in my home Superflex league, I'm hella mad because it's 15 yards for every point. So I was like, fuck it. You know what? This is the one instance where I'm consciously going to get the stallion right here. And he comes out and shits on me week 1. And I'm looking at Kyler Murray like, damn, had him. Fuck. I have so much Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
I had hella Kyler Murray last year, and he died on me, and it fucked all my leagues up.
But you guys remember last year, he was on a crazy pace. He was averaging like over 30 fantasy points per game before that injury that he had. Exactly. And it changed.
Like 300 points by week 10.
Yeah, so man, if he could stay healthy, bro, that's one of those what ifs that's within the realm. Yes, sir. Oh yeah,
6th round.
The 6th, yeah, hell yeah.
I think I got him like in the 5th, the latest in the league, or somewhere around there, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. Felt good to take him.
Yeah, 5th, I feel great. 6th, man, dog, that's some crazy value, yeah, for sure.
And I got him in a bunch of super flexes, bro, and I have a couple Rodgers, Kyler Wren combos
I feel really good about those. Like, and then it comes out, and Rodgers just shits on me. Fucking Darren Rodgers.
Yeah, so that was another one that was on the thumbnail there. What if Aaron Rodgers is just washed? And what if he just doesn't come back and have that superstar level? What if we see this type of Aaron Rodgers the rest of this season?
His name is Darren Rodgers. Darren Rodgers, the hippie stoner.
Hey, Darren Rodgers at work.
There'll be a lot of happy motherfuckers in Chicago. I'll tell you that straight up, man. Like, we will be happy as hell because, man, we're just sick and tired of seeing Green Bay just get all these Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and we're still looking for one. But we probably got one though, honestly. But that, you know, that we'll get into my what if in a little bit. But yeah, man, Aaron Rodgers though, I think I don't know, dog. Like for them to come out that flat, bro, like that was kind of crazy to me. Like I mean, I know you have bad games, but that was like ridiculous, dog. Like I did not expect that at all.
He physically looks washed. Like I don't know. Yeah. He just looks tired. But
he didn't want to be there. It looked like straight up.
Bro, I swear he had something to do, bro. He was like, man, I got something to do. I swear to God.
I want to leave. I want to get pulled by the end of the third quarter.
I mean, he was like, J-Luck, get in there.
I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back. I'm grabbing a beer.
He was like, you all want to see? You want to see what this kid has? Nothing.
He's like, let's get him in here week 1. This is all a part of his plan, bro.
Yeah.
Should have called in sick, yeah, for sure. But yeah, you talked about it, Bogey. I can't remember what show it was on. Where does he just need that extra little chip on his shoulder? Did you just start extra? You know, what? I mean, it wasn't even him. It was the defense just getting shredded the fuck up. Like
it was also the line, though. I mean, he literally didn't have Bakhtiari, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
And then Corey Linsley, he left and got the big bucks from the Chargers. So here's like one of the best centers in the game. He's gone, and I think
Aaron Jones didn't do anything.
New guy. I mean, you know what I mean? There's some schematics here that like need to get worked out, and it sucks because these are some key points. Like they run a wide zone scheme over there. You need an offensive line that's a unit, and they had that for the last 2 years because they had continuity. You know what I mean? And it only took the second year under Matt LaFleur for everybody to be clicking. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think a big part of it was, you know, he was out doing his Jeopardy holdout, I'm not going to play here type deal. Wasn't, you know, in camp, didn't get reps with people, you know, and then he came out flat because he hasn't played any real football or done anything. He didn't do anything in the preseason. So this was like super, you know, raw coming out first, like rude awakening, like okay, all right, maybe he'll get serious.
I think he really thought he was not going to be back with Green Bay. Like I heard reports that he was telling free agents like Will Fuller, like, hey, you could sign in Green Bay, but I'm not going to be here. Like he was saying stuff like that, bro. Like his mind, like he don't want to be there, bro. Like he's there.
Letting his hair grow. I bet you his nails are all long. He hasn't even cut his nails,
bro. Hey, remember they cut a wide receiver. His name is slipping my mind right now, but he was like, hey, don't cut that guy. Like, who was it?
Kumaro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like even that, the Packers wouldn't even let him have that, bro.
He's
like come on,
man,
like they didn't even give him Kumaro. Like you guys are fucking with him. So I saw that comment that Tony in the chat put up. Hey, bro, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, shout out Tony. Hey, yeah, he petty, bro, and I ain't mad at it. Fuck it, be petty. Bear down, baby.
I like him for this. If he's doing this whole petty shit, I'm just mad that I got him everywhere, and I got Aaron Jones everywhere. I'm like, shit. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Gets for fantasy. Listen, the Jeopardy thing, you know what I mean? I thought he was going to the Broncos. It was all kind of, you know what I mean? And now he's there.
All types of rumors.
Rodgers. He's a clone, bro. I think he paid this guy. He's like, look, Darren.
He's a clone. Like, isn't the real one? He's still on vacation.
What if he's a clone? What if he's a clone? He has several of these too. He calls Darren. He calls other Aaron that start. It's the EARN, right? He's like Aaron, or however the fuck you spell the other Aaron.
Yeah, ERIN, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? All of them. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be hilarious.
Okay, what do you got for me, Fornicator? What you got?
I got you guys, man. You guys know, man. I'm from Chicago. So what if Matt Nagy gets his head out of his fucking ass? What if Matt Nagy gets his head out of his fucking ass? Let me tell you what if, bro. Justin Fields would be starting week 2. Allen Robinson would actually all the players would be running more than 10-yard routes. I
I'd
saw
be running that
today,
stack right now in my
Bro.
redraft.
man. I saw this graphic on this Chicago Bears website or whatever, and they were showing about how none of the receivers ran over 10 yards except when it was 4th and 15, and when they did that, it was a 12-yard route. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, how you're not stretching the field? You're supposed to be this offensive guru, Andy Reid, right? Coaching tree and shit like that, bro. We haven't seen it. You don't know how to coach. You don't know how to coach to the players you got. I was never a Mitchell Trubisky fan, but one thing's for sure. He never catered to what he was good at, which is rolling out of the pocket. Never did that, bro. He tried to force him to be a pocket passer. He's not that. So I want to see
something. The year that
Andy Dalton.
The year that he parlayed,
choosing Andy Dalton.
He was the OC for the Chiefs. 2017, he parlayed that into a head coaching job with the Bears. But that was the Bears trying to do their best to get a Sean McVay impersonation. Like, let's get a young offensive-minded guy. He comes from thing. But they looked good because you had savvy-ass Alex Smith. For what it's worth, Alex Smith, one of the most intelligent QBs. You know what I mean? And so, like, he could run a system that he could throw together. Really was just ripping off Andy Reid shit. And you know what's funny is, like, he should run that more. Here's the thing, man. Like you said, his head is in his ass because, like, it'll be like 3rd and 1, and he'd be like, okay, we got this. This is like his Montgomery's rookie year. He'd be like 3rd and 1, we got this kid Montgomery, but you know what? But Cordell Patterson out there.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I
They're
promise.
never gonna see it. They're never gonna see it coming.
Yeah.
And then if we're going right up the gut, what do he do? Go right up the gut with Cordell. You know what I mean? Boom, stuffs him. 4th and 1.
He's like one of those bootleg magicians that you guys see in the street and shit. He's just trying to make some money or whatever. Like with these bootleg magic tricks. Like, the ball is in this cup. He has 3 cups, right? And like you could see exactly where the fucking shit is. It's like, hey, it's right there, bro.
3-card Monty special.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
you are wrong cups.
Shanahan's the other guy. He's like David Blaine, or he's David Copperfield. He's making Ayuk and guys disappear.
No, he's making you think. He's making you think he's Copperfield. He's the Dark Lord of the Sith. We've already established this.
But just to finish this off real quick, if Justin Fields does get that start, which is going to happen sooner or later, as soon as Matt Nagy gets his head out of his ass, Allen Robinson is going to be that top 10 receiver we all believe he could be. Darnell Mooney is going to be a threat. He's going to be one of those boom players that Miles was just talking about. You throw in your flex, he's one of those guys. He's one catch away, bro. Cole Kmet, he's already getting heavily targeted. Fields is going to continue to do that. And Monty, those rushing lanes are going to open up with a rushing attack type quarterback. So it's going to be great for fantasy. In the meantime, over here, bro, it's hurting right now seeing, the red rifle fucking throw duds all day.
Listen,
let me hold on. Let me get in there. Let me get in there on this. Oh, and for everyone who's leaving, start sit questions in the chat. We're not doing those right now unless you hop over to YouTube to Fantasy Football Hustler. Leave it as a super chat, and we'll take care of you. But yeah, we're not taking start sit questions today. That's tomorrow's show at 5 Eastern. And so Chicago, if Matt Nagy got his head out of his ass, Chicago would probably be in the NFC Championship just because their defense is that good. Their offense is so hit or miss, and you got one of the best wide receivers in the game. Like, yeah, they're slowing everything down. Matt Nagy needs to get his head out of his ass. However long he's been there.
You know what, Hustler? That's one thing I'm going to disagree with this, bro. The defense, bro. We've taken like a lot of steps back, and like you're not gonna really notice it if you're not here, bro. Like our secondary, Kyle Fuller's gone. You cut him, and what's crazy is our secondary is hurting like a motherfucker now, and we got beat over the top on 2 touchdowns. You guys seen that shit?
Yeah,
with Cooper Kupp. Yep.
The Rams are a high-powered offense, though. I mean, if you got to admit that, I think that with Matt Stafford there now, with Sean McVay calling the plays. So, but yeah, they were vulnerable and they were susceptible to some big-time plays. There was some miscommunication on that play in particular with Cooper Kupp over the top.
Definitely was. And I'll say one last thing with this is just I feel like our window of opportunity has closed. You know, when you got that cold ass defense, like that top-notch defense, and you get that rookie quarterback and you save money and then you build all the way around, like we've seen the Seattle Seahawks and all these other teams do it. Like the Bears had that opportunity, but they fucked it up when Ryan Pace whole ass picked Mitch. Like that ruined everything, bro. Like straight up, that like ruined everything because now look at it. That same defense, we have most of those same players, but they're almost at their back end of their prime. Yeah, exactly, bro.
Longer in the tooth, as they would say.
Yep.
Yeah, that defense was a nasty defense too, and they would keep you guys in the games for real. Like,
facts.
Okay, we actually heard one more thing. You told me this stat back in the days. It was like coming off of 2019. It was like they only let up they let up an average of what
I know what you're talking about.
Points?
So there the defense gave up somewhere around like 18 points per game, 19 points per game, and the offense was only scoring like 17 points per game. Something like that. It was somewhere in that range, like a 2-3 point difference. Like if your defense is only giving up about 18 points per game in today's NFL, you guys know what offenses are doing nowadays.
Yeah,
bro, 18 points. That's like halftime shit most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous, bro. You're not gonna win in this league anymore if your offense can't be at least average. And we've been bottom 5 the whole time Nagy's been in charge. We've been bottom 5.
What do you think average is points per game wise in today's NFL? Because it ain't what it used to be.
I'd say it's closer to 30.
I would say somewhere around there. 26, 28 is average. 30 and up is like, all right,
well, looking at this past week, I was like, what the hell? The scores were pretty intense. But, I mean, it is week 1. A lot of the defenses are still settling down, trying to, play together, gel.
Okay. Well, I like that because speaking of defenses, right? That's like a bad defense is something I would say is a key ingredient to being the king of garbage time in fantasy. Because my what if is, what if we're living in a world, which this is, and you guys might agree with me that all the good teams, they're all clustered around, right? Like look at the AFC East. You have like the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Patriots. They're all like they all could be good, right? Then you have the Jets. They're gonna be garbage time than a motherfucker, right? Then you have let's go to the NFC East, right? I would say at one point when if Kenny Galladay gets healthy, we're gonna love him and Sterling Shepard and all these guys because there's gonna be a lot of garbage time throwing the ball. You know what I mean?
Dallas over there also. I mean, they just lost Lawrence with a broken foot, and their defense has already been trashed.
And this is great for fantasy. We can get garbage time Dak, and they're going to compete all the way because they're in a garbage division. Someone back the truck up. Back the truck one time. Listen, so I say the garbage time king throne is up for grabs. The cloak and cowl for the garbage time king, it's up for grabs. You know who's been the king before? Blake Bortles.
Oh yeah.
Right?
He was
Blake
great
Bortles
for fantasy.
Was the king. Yeah, loved him. Jameis Winston. Oh, you know what I mean? We've loved Jameis Winston over the years.
30 for 30. Love it.
Dare I say, even those 5,000-yard seasons for Drew Brees, when that was when his defense was super ass, bro. That even though it's not really garbage time because it's Drew Brees, he could threaten to come back. I'm still saying there was like, where defenders start making business decisions. Like, look, we got a minute on the clock. I'm gonna let him score that touchdown. Listen, this is a real thing. Allen Robinson had 14.
That happened. That happened with Trevor Lawrence this past weekend. And
Trevor Lawrence is one of them. That's who I'm nominating.
Hey, Sweetness, shout out Fantasy Sweetness, my brother. He told me we were on the show earlier, right? And he was like, "Hey, dog, like honestly, I think Trevor Lawrence is the next 30 for 30." He's like, "You heard it here first." Yeah. I was like, "Damn!" I was like,
3 picks and 3 TDs this last week.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go run it up. See, he's also trying to run for the pick 6 president, right? So what if? so what if? Like,
he almost had one. They tackled who was it?
What if the QB2s
the QB2s in fantasy. So we're talking QB 13 to QB 24. Like, what if we can make a list of all the garbage time guys? Because I think we got a lot of guys here. Like, I'm going to throw Tannehill in there. Tannehill's, I think there might be a lot of garbage time.
If Taylor Lewan is blocking, if Taylor Lewan is blocking the way he blocked this past Sunday, then yeah,
this is bad for Derrick Henry too. If this
is bad for me in the SBI. I just traded for Tannehill.
I'm just saying, like, no, but you love the garbage time. What? I'm nominated for a garbage time.
Okay, yeah,
I'm nominating the king of garbage time golf.
Yeah.
It's gonna be golf.
That's a good one. That was a good one. You saw that this weekend to the little dump offs to the running back and whatnot.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. I need someone who's taking more chances, bro. And like, I love that Marshawn Lattimore. He's gonna be gone for a minute because when that secondary for the Saints is bad, here comes my man. Fuck famous Jameis. It's infamous Winston. We're gonna see some garbage time. Let's go.
Yeah.
I like Sam Darnold. I think he's got a lot of weapons over there, bro. I feel like he's. Yes. I got in a little mini argument again with Sweetness because he likes to argue, fucking guy. Anyways, I think Sam Darnold's got too many weapons, dog. Like you talk about CMC. You guys know CMC. You know,
he literally came from garbage. He came from the basura. Now he's with the Panthers, right? And then Joe Brady's there. Look at what he did with goddamn. Teddy Roosevelt, you know what I mean?
Sir.
Teddy Roosevelt had 3 top 24 receivers in fantasy. You know what I mean? That's 3. Damn near. Did all 3 of them go for the thou wow? All 3 of them.
What? Did they?
I don't think so.
No, I think somewhere like just under that, maybe like 950.
I think the stream beam went over the thou wow though.
He may have.
Hold on, I gotta see this.
Either way, they were balling the fuck out though. And Darnold is throwing motherfucker, bro. And I feel like the Jets never gave him a chance. Googly-eyed Gase never gave him a chance, bro. Horrible coaching, horrible general manager, putting players and talent around him. And you guys saw as soon as Darnold left, they hooked Zach Wilson up with all these weapons, drafting a running back, signing Corey Davis, all that shit. But I like the Panthers and their offense, dog. I like Darnold as that garbage time guy for sure.
Yes, the guy.
So here's the stat. So DJ Moore almost had 1,200. Robbie Anderson almost had 1,100. But Curtis Samuel had 850. Is what?
Damn, that's still good though. That's really good. That's really good.
And here's the thing.
And that was with Teddy B, right?
Yeah, that was with Teddy B, and he's and one game with PJ Walker, the legend.
Yes. I just picked up
legend.
Teddy B in a league where I'm waiting for either Lance or Fields to go off. So I'm just.
Hey, I fuck with Teddy Roosevelt, bro. Like, I feel he looks so like hungry, bro. Like, hey, you're not gonna take this spot from me, Lock. Like, this is my offense, this is my squad, bro. I've been doing this for a while, and it's my time, bro. And he's got weapons. I fuck with it, and he's got the defense too to back him up. And Shermer and all that, like, bro. I'm down.
And they play Jacksonville this week. So
and they play Jacksonville this week. Let's go.
That's why I'm streaming him definitely, and maybe for a couple weeks after that as well. I think that
not mad at it.
They may play Houston the week after that. I'm not too sure. I don't remember.
Yes.
You started him that game too.
I am, of course. Well, we'll see. Unless Fields or Lance is already starting by then of course I'm dropping.
I hope both of them are. I hope both of them are.
Yeah,
you got both of them. You got both of them on your bench. What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. Dope. I sacrificed week 1 like a car.
Is that Superflex or what?
It was like a train wreck. No, it's not Superflex. I was taking a gamble.
That would have been crazy.
I'm in it for the long haul.
Who got Eli Mitchell in the Dynasty League?
Right here, bro.
No, I don't have him.
Okay, that's right.
I had him in my.
I thought Miles had him. That's
squad.
right.
No, I have him in another dynasty league, actually in 2 other dynasty leagues, and in another one he was already like, in my taxi squad. I was like, oh, look at that.
That's the same thing I did. I went on the waiver list. I went to search a player. I was like, where the fuck is he? I was like, what? I got him? What?
He was my that's right. 4th round draft pick in every rookie draft, like in the 4th round. I was just, give me Elijah Mitchell.
All right, I have one last crazy little what if then. All right,
I like it. Bring it.
What if? And I don't know if you guys saw this article that David Carr dropped, but what if his brother's team, the Las Vegas Raiders, actually do win the Super Bowl. we saw them win in dramatic fashion on Monday night to beat the Ravens, who were I think were a Super Bowl favorite for a lot of teams.
Yeah,
I think he writes this article. I think he writes this article every year, and he just pumps up his brother. But I just thought it was crazy to see it again. He published it a couple of days ago, and then they came out and won in week 1.
He writes this article. He writes this article. He pens it.
I don't know. What was his brother? Does David Carr have mascara-looking eyes? I don't know. No,
it's more so Derek Carr.
He more had like tears in his eyes because his team's always stuck so bad.
Well, no, I mean, he had an MVP caliber year, and then he got hurt, and then, I don't know, he just had bad defenses and bad luck, I don't know, but he's not half bad. And he pulled his groin last year, and he was doing well, and they missed the playoffs, So there's a couple of things that happened, I think, that, just haven't gone his way, but I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl, though. That's a crazy what if.
What are we doing here? That's a testament to how bad the Ravens are and how bad we should expect them to be. I have Lamar. I have Lamar on that list. Lamar is a QB1 because he's going to run the ball a lot, right?
Garbage time.
He's going to get some garbage time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Listen,
like Marquise Brown type of one of those guys throwing your flex.
Losing Marcus Peters. That's a tremendous blow. He's a number one. He's a number one corner on what? Like, what would we say? Half the other league, half of the other teams in the league,
if not more.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, bro. Like, we don't got nobody. We don't got nobody. We would love to have Buddy on the team, but look,
I don't know what a quality corner looks like over here in Houston. Sorry.
They had him. My point is that was their number 2. So you couldn't play with these guys. You couldn't play with Marlon Humphreys and goddamn.
Hey, are they making the playoffs this year? I don't even know if they're making the playoffs this year, bro. They taking so many hits to that offense.
Time list though. No, he's running. He's coming for the ball.
You got Cleveland and Pittsburgh over there.
Yeah, I think Cleveland taking off, bro. I think Cleveland taking off.
I mean,
I know they lost week 1, but I feel like they're gonna take off.
Listen, man.
We'll see how they do against my Texans this week.
Upset City, you put in something on it.
Okay,
I put something on. Trust me, I put something on week 1, and I put something on up with a lot of Cowboys fans for the season that they'd win 4 games.
That's dope.
I want to pay attention if they could actually stop the run these Texans, because all of a sudden, they weren't the worst run defense in the league.
I was going to say, what happened to James Robinson this past week? You figured you'd see more. Carlos Hyde got a lot of carries as well, and
they only ran the ball like 15 times as a team or something like that.
But still though, like Hyde got like more of the lion's share there, bro. Like Urban Meyer, somebody I'm not rocking with him. He's yelling at his players like shit. Like you're not in college no more. You can't be doing that to these professional players that are getting paid all this money, dog. Like you need to be able to relate to them.
Somebody's gonna slap him. You know what? That's probably why they traded away Gardner Minshew. He probably came up to Minshew and said, "Listen here, we can't have an ass naked man doing stretches and this and that." He's just ignoring him doing his thing. He's like, "Hey, coach, why are you messing with my routine, man?" He's like, "Listen, you're ass naked. You can't do. You know what? Ship him out of here."
Oh shit!
Give me a compensatory pick, whatever. I don't even know what that means. I'm
gonna be real, and Cleveland I think is gonna be really good there as well. And this week I'll see just how bad my Texans are. But if they can tough it out and string it pretty well and fight stop the run on defense. Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. Like he has a revenge narrative when they play them, and then another one when they play the Bills, and another one when they play the Chargers this season.
Let's go. He's coming after that trade, that doctor, whoever the fuck it was. You know that for sure.
Ty God revenge tour, revenge season. He has a couple of games. If he could pull those big wins off, I mean, shoot, I win my bets, and I feel good about the season.
There you go. Actually, I fucked with Tyrod, bro. Like back in the days when he was at Buffalo, bro. Pause, right? Like I liked having him on him on my squad because he's that rushing quarterback. He opens shit up and he makes smart throws, bro. Like I really rock with him and Cooks, bro.
You know what he reminds me?
I know Miles got a lot of Cooks everywher, bro. I
do in my flex, sure. Yeah. I was like, hey, look, I'll take him as my wide receiver 3-4.
So high.
Nah, I'll flex him in bad matchups. Like I don't win his fight
this week.
They're playing
They're
Cleveland.
the Browns.
They're going to Cleveland to go play over there.
I'm starting the Browns defense. Oh, Jadeveon Clowney revenge narrative. Dial him up.
Dial him up.
Man, calling you out. That bogey and his revenge narratives.
That's going to be a game like you just watch the first quarter and you'll see how it goes. Like if they start, if it's close after a quarter, then okay, we'll stay tuned in. But if not, then you could just change the channel.
And we got to get Stern on here next week. We're getting him on here. It's just we decided.
We'll do a week 2 what if on super overreactions from whatever happened.
I kind of like this. I'm down to rock this as the
this is dope
for the Wednesday.
Hell yeah.
Because it's like just another version of overreacting to shit. Like, bro, like what if Zeke is gonna be blocking all this motherfucking time because that line is so bad? This is gonna suck.
And they gotta play from behind.
Or are the people that are selling Zeke, are they smart, or should we keep buying get Zeke for the low? I mean, because it's hard to get Zeke for the low.
Unless you get points for like pancake blocks and stuff, then you can leave him in your lineup. But he did a pretty good job. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the pass pro was there, but it's worrisome.
Hey, get you some Drake. I don't know about Josh Jacobs. He looked really banged up yesterday, and Drake can pass protect like a motherfucker. Get you some Drake.
Isn't he sick?
Man, but Drake
is he sick?
No, they said he didn't practice because of toe and something injury.
I saw everything.
Hold on.
Wait.
Anybody read anything about him wearing the boots?
We talking about Jacobs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. It said didn't practice, and it said sideline, and then like in parentheses it said everything, and I was like, are these guys joking? But I didn't have time to read the blurb. Yeah. I was like,
That's
damn,
crazy.
what do you mean everything? Sidelined because of everything. What the fuck?
Dang.
But I think it's because he was sick and then he played.
My back and my neck.
Right? So high, bro.
And my toe.
And my toe, yeah.
Listen, I don't like Josh Jacobs. Sell him.
Hey, forever fade for me.
Yeah, I'm okay with being wrong. If he's a top 5 guy, I'd be like, fuck him. Should have sold him. I said, yeah. I would tell that person, because that person's probably going to lose. I don't care if he's a top 5. I'm like, should have sold him. I'm going to say that. Fuck
I'm with you on that one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. Right. I think we'll put a bow on that one. You know what I'm saying? The Real Fantasy Playmakers What If series. I think we're gonna keep this thing going on the Wednesdays. This is our time slot, but I mean this concept, I like it. You know what I mean? Okay, so what if this is the last one before to rapid fire close up the show? What if tomorrow night the Redskins lose? Are the Redskins in deep trouble this year?
Oof.
They already are.
The football team. Yeah,
they already are because of Fitzpatrick.
Deeper trouble.
I don't think they're in that much of trouble right now. You got to see, like, if they come out and they look like absolute garbage. I don't think so, because what's his face, Heineke, came out and he looked okay and he was competent. They paid him some money, so they had him on there. Yeah, I think they were going to try to bridge him with Fitzpatrick a little bit, give him some time to develop a little bit more in the system. But it's his time now, and like now is the time. So he led him to an almost playoff win last year. So let's see what he can do. But if they come out and they look like ass, then yes, definitely worry, because it's the Giants.
You know what comes out of ass?
You saw the Giants, man. I saw me in their pass pro, and there's like 2 Giants linemen like blocking each other. The defensive end running clean. I was like,
"Are you for real?"
Yeah, this happened last week. Go look it up. I forgot who posted it, but
man, no, look, if they lose, are they in trouble? I mean, nobody wants to start off 0-2, so yeah, they'll be in trouble in that sense. But like that team is too good to not make a playoff push, especially in that division, bro. And Heineke, he's got the backing. I think last year I saw was it Chase? Yeah, I think I saw Chase Young like in the sideline, like, hey man, this guy's cold. He's pretty good. Like he's balling out. Like I like this guy. So he's got the backing of that team, bro. And it's really
season, bro. You know what he's
got some wheels.
He's got some wheels. He does.
Upon the horizon, bro, he sees the garbage time throne. Is he coming for the garbage time throne?
No, I think if they're trailing, he's gonna throw picks in the garbage time.
Yeah, man, we'll see, man. Hey, I'm excited for the game tomorrow. Wait, I heard something about Saquon though. He said something like
limited still,
right? But he said something like in a conference or like a media thing, or excuse me, he said something along the lines like, man, I know I'm like on a timetable, this, that, or the other, but I don't know how things are going to be with this short turnaround where we're playing on a Thursday. I don't know how they're going to use me type shit. Like to me, I don't like that, bro. Like if you guys got Saquon, like if you guys got some better options, pivot. In my opinion, I know it's kind of bold, I guess you could say, but like it just depends on what you got on your bench. So make sure you guys, hey, you guys do the sit starts when?
Tomorrow at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific.
There you go. There you go. Right before Thursday Night Football, you guys make sure you guys lock in and get in the comments and get your, I know there's gonna be some Saquon questions for sure. So I'm gonna be at work. But my guys over here, they're going to get it for sure, and they're going to get you guys right.
Trade away Saquon before he does. He looks like ass tomorrow night.
I was going to say, he has the Todd Gurley thing vibes going on right
now.
I know.
Trade him away.
Him and OBJ, like, same thing. Like,
forever fade. I swear. They're on my list. They're on my forever fade list.
We have a list for real, though. All right, for sure, y'all. Hey, Fornicator, let them know. Let them know where they can find you, and let them know where they can check out the brand new episode of the Bears, Brews, and the Bros pod.
Yeah, most definitely, man. You guys see it right here. At Bears, Brews, and the Bros. That's where you guys can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere where they're streaming. We there. So make sure you guys lock in, get right. Yeah, man. I appreciate being here. Part of the show, bro. This is so much fun, man. Miles, I respect the shit out of you. Hustler, you too, man. You guys grinding. Bo Jeezy, you know where we're at. And everybody out there, man, make sure you guys get right and tap in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Peacock.
Yeah, you know what's up. You can find me on Twitter at right there. You see it at FF_Peacock. I do a lot of graphic work, edit some articles. I do intros and whatnot. You can find me here with the Fantasy Playmakers doing some podcasts. We do this little thing here on Wednesdays, and we got some Sunday morning stuff with Clock Management. So check that out. We'll do some last minute lineup advice, right down to the wire kind of stuff right before kickoff on Sunday morning. So you can go ahead and check us out on all of that stuff.
Oh yeah. And be sure to like and subscribe, all that, share the content. This is our panel that you guys will see, Playmakers, every Wednesday, same Playmaker time, same Playmaker channel. Hey.
Hit him with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's hard time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about to check, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, we living that. We make plays every day.